So hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial in which we are going to discuss the concept of Pascal triangle. We are going to look what a Pascal triangle is, and we are also going to understand how to write a program that implements the Pascal triangle. So the problem statement is given a number n, generate the first n rows of the Pascal's triangle. So this is a very frequently asked question in Google, Amazon and other good companies interview. So let's first understand what a Pascal triangle is. So as you can see in this image, the first number the on the row 1 is 1, then there are two ones, then there is 1 2 1, then there is 1 3 3 1, and so on. So each of the row, you can see there is a pattern followed. The first number is 1, the last number is 1, and the remaining numbers are just the sum of the two numbers above them. So as you can see, 2 is the sum of 1 plus 1, again this 3 is a sum of 1 plus 2, again this 6 is a sum of 3 plus 3, and so on. So this is also mathematically the pattern followed by NCR. So you can see this is NC1, this is following that series NC2 and NC, like if n is the row number, so this is following the pattern of NCR. So this is the generalized form. So let's have a look at the sample case. So if we are given a number n equals to 5, then what we need to do, we just need to output this particular matrix. What the matrix is, it is representing the first five rows of the Pascal triangle, which is 1 1 1 1 2 1 1 3 3 1 1 4 6 4 1. As you can see here, 1 1 1 and so on. Okay, so let's understand the logic. So the logic is we need to create an output matrix. Okay, so matrix is just vector of vector. So we will first implement or create a vector of vector, then we will loop from 1 to n, where the loop would be for the row number. Okay, so in each loop we will create a new vector temp to store each row of the Pascal triangle. So as you can see, n is the number of rows that are to be printed. So we will just loop over each of the row, and for each row we will create a new vector temp. Vector is just an array of temp representing each row of the Pascal triangle, and we are going to push it into this matrix. So ultimately we'll get a vector of a vector, which is nothing but a matrix. So how to generate each of the row? Loop from 0 to the current ith row number. So as you can see, we are looping from I equals to 0 to I equals to n. So another loop, which is a nested loop for moving from 0 to the current row number I. So if I is 0 or j is 0 or I equals to j, just push 1 to the temp. So why this particular case? This is just to handle the corner elements as well as the first row. Okay, so I equals to j. What is I equals to j refers to? I equals to j refers to the ending 1. Okay, as you can see, first row 1, second row second is 1, third row third column is 1, fourth row fourth column is 1. So this particular condition I equals to j is to handle the last element of each of the row, which is 1. Also, j equals to 0 refers to the first column. So as you can see, the first column of each of the row is also 1. So each row should start with the 1 and end with the 1. So these two conditions, as we are looping from j equals to 0 to j equals to I. So that's why this would be the last element. And finally, why I equals to 0, then it should be 1, just to handle this particular case when the row is number 1. Okay. So yeah, hence this condition. Else, what we need to do, as explained here, the number below is just the sum of the previous two diagonal elements. So how to get the previous two diagonal elements? If the element is a of I j, so as you can see, just we need to move one row above it, that is I minus 1 row, and the element would be j minus 1 and j. Why j minus 1 and j? Even though this is looking in the form of a triangle, as you can see, this is the second element of the third row, and here this is the second element of the second row. So as you can see, it is a sum of first element of the second row and second element of the second row. So that's why a of I minus 1 j minus 1 plus a of I minus 1 j. Here it would be helping you better to understand. This number is a sum of this and this. So what is it? I minus 1 to refer to the row above it, and j minus 1 to refer to this element, and j to refer to this element. Again, if we look for this 3, what should be the code? It should be I minus 1 j minus 1, which is to access this 2, and j to access this 1. Okay, so hence the formula, push the sum of the two upper elements. So the two upper elements, we will write the code for them, and finally store this row into the output matrix and clear the temp vector to store the new row. So as you can see, we are reusing this temp vector for each of the row, and we keep pushing each row into the matrix to get the final output matrix, which would represent the first n rows of the Pascal triangle. So let's come to the coding section now. Okay, so let's do as we have mentioned. So let's call a method create Pascal, and let's pass n. So n here would be 5 to test our code. Okay, and let's return void here. So we'll just print out the code and create Pascal. So let's collect the variable n here. Okay, now as mentioned here, just create a vector of vector. Okay, so vector of int, and there's no need to mention size, as we are not sure about as the size of each of the vector would be dynamic. Okay, because each of the rows, as you can see, is containing n number of elements which differ from row to row. Okay, so let's do what we have written here. Loop from I equals to 1 to n. So for int I equals to 1, I is less than n I plus plus. Okay, and create a new vector temp for Pascal triangle. Okay, so let's create temp vector int temp. This would be storing the row for each of the Pascal triangle, each of the row of the Pascal triangle basically. So let's define it here. So there's no need to create it again and again. And what's the next step? Now again one more loop for int j equals to 0. J is less than or equals to I and j plus plus. Okay, great. So less than or equals to I j plus plus. If I equals to 0, or j equals to 0, or j equals to I. So as mentioned, this is to handle the last element as one case. This is to handle first element as 0 equals to case, and this is for handling the first row case. Okay, so let's loop it from 0 to n basically. So if it is so, then just temp dot push back 1. Okay, as mentioned, the corner elements. Else if it is not any of the above case, just push the above two elements. So what are the above two elements? Let's define int sum equals to. So let's have a look what two should be summed of. If we are finding this element, it should be the sum of this and this. If we are finding this, the second three element, so it will be the sum of 2 and 1. Okay, so let's write it down what it should be. If we are calculating this value of a of I j, then it should be a of I minus 1, that is the previous row and the previous element plus the previous row and the element on top of it. Okay, and just push back some. Okay, let's see if it is working fine or not. So for int I equals to 0, I is less than n I plus plus. As we don't know the size of each of the row, so let's write an auto loop which would automatically detect how many elements are present. For auto val in what should be here, out a of I. So each of a of I would be a vector, as we are creating a as vector of vector. Okay, so let me just, yeah. So for each of the element of this vector, just see out val separated by space, and finally let's separate out each of the row with a new line. Okay, let's see if it is running fine or not. Okay, so we are getting error due to the incorrect initialization of the vector. So as you can see, we are looping from I equals to 1 to n. Okay, but we nowhere we have initialized the I equals to 0th row, that is the first row, and that's why we are getting this particular error. So let's write the code for it. A dot push back, we need to initialize the first row as a single element 1. Okay, and finally what we are doing here, we are just pushing back each of the rows into the vector A, which is holding each of the rows. That's why it's a vector of vector. And finally, we are clearing the temp. Why clearing? Because again, we will loop over this particular part to hold the next row. And that's why we are reusing the same vector again and again. Okay, so this is also a reusable code. And finally, we are just printing out each of the rows. So let's have a look. Okay, great. So it is working fine. First row is 1, second is 1 1, 1 2 1, 1 3 3 1, 1 4 6 4 1. Okay, let's check for suppose 6. There should be one more row added and then we can finalize this code. Okay, so 1 5 10 10 5 1. Let's confirm. 1 5 10 10 5 1. Okay, great. So as you can see, this code is working fine. So we would recommend you to go over this again and pause wherever you need some explanation. So thanks for watching.